What's going on, guys? Quinn69 here. How the heck are you guys doing? It's pretty badass, I know. I got given it at BlizzCon. So this is another mastery guide for the Crusaders. This one here is for the Roland set. Let's get into it. So straight away you want to head to Act 2 and you want to go to the road to Alcanus. Once you're at the road of Alcanus, you're going to run to your left. I think I'm going the right way. Pretty much you're going to run down to the dead end and boom. That's where you want to go in. So once you're inside the set dungeon, you're going to notice some objectives on the right hand side. The first one being kill 490 monsters without taking fatal damage. So obviously you can't die. But the point I'm trying to stress here is there is 490 monsters. That is a lot of ground to cover. This map is relatively large, and this is probably the second hardest Crusader set dungeon there is, next to Akarat's. And you need to cover a lot of ground. So what you've got to try and not do is don't waste time trying to muck around with the objectives. So you're going to see the other two objectives here. Hit 12 enemies with a single sweep attack 5 times. Okay, the thing in which you need to understand here is there's 490 plus enemies. That's 490, that's not even counting the master objective enemies. There's even more on top of that. Okay, there is a ton of enemies. You are going to have more than 5 opportunities, maybe even 10 opportunities to do this objective. Do not make the same mistake I did, where you get tunnel sighted on completing the objective instead of actually clearing the map, because you will spend all your time kind of trying to kite these monsters around and trying to pull them with you so you can get the objective done, when you really should just be running through the dungeon trying to kill it as fast as possible. And then when you get a big room like this, kind of spend a little bit of time grouping them together. Boom, sweep attack. You're going to spend a little time here, run around, group them up. The second you have like 25 enemies, there's so many. I cannot guarantee that you're going to get 5 situations just handed to you to sweep attack with 0 grouping in the rift, but I can tell you, if you do spend all your time grouping, you will fail. You will not complete the rift in time, as you will simply spend all your time running around in circles trying to pull monsters together. So, you have to just believe in the random generator which spawns monsters around the map. So, you're gonna fail if you group, whereas if you just believe on the heart of the cards and just YOLO through the rift, eventually you should get one that has 5 situations in which you can get the sweep attack objective. So now the other objective is spend 300 wrath within 10 seconds, and you have to do that 5 times. Okay, the only way to do this is with an item called the golden Fleece. I don't know how the hell this is pronounced. I don't know if it's a golden fleece, whatever. Okay, the fact is, it does this. Sweep attack restores 4 to 6 wrath for each enemy hit. So that means when you get a bit of density, you can just spam the crap out of sweep attack. And that's what allows you to kind of spam it. On top of that, the setup I'm using in particular here, I'm using a Cinder Coat. So, and I'm using Fire Sweep, so that means I can spam Sweep Attack even more. So you can see down the bottom here, see where it says, see this little green thing? That is the counter. So all that is doing is that is snapshotting the last 10 seconds, how much wrath you spent. So it consistently updates every time. All you gotta do is basically just slash a bunch. You'll see sometimes, if I see it getting close to 300, I'll just attack the air. You don't even have to hit enemies. If you've got wrath, you can just spend it, and it all counts towards this goal. So that's not really a hard objective. Now, this is the hard part. So you've completed the sweep on the 12 enemies. You've spent 300 wrath, 5 times. Okay, now, the hard part. Kill all the enemies within the time limit. Okay, it sounds easy. It sounds easy, but I can tell you now it's not. Okay, so you see these little monsters here? The imps. Have a look here. See these little guys, imps? The AI is programmed to run away from you. Okay, if you do not hit the imp, then you cannot see the little hitbox. So you can't actually locate it. So what happens is, you are gonna miss the imps. So you can see here, so this is the map here. And as you can see, I've explored the entire map now. I still have 4 monsters remaining, and only 45 seconds to find them. I didn't spend any extra time with the sweep attack objective. I didn't spend any time mucking around for the wrath spin objective. I have 45 seconds. Okay, so as you can see, this is a very time-intensive map. and you want to plan out your route. The map will be the same for you, and I suggest you take this path. This is the path I worked out, and it found to be the best path. You can do it either way. You can go around the opposite way, but you start off in this location here. You come out, I go down, clear this area, go through, kind of do like a little loop into there, clear in there, backtrack a little bit. Same deal, in here, back around, complete there, back down, complete there. So you're kind of doing like this little figure 8 pattern, I guess you could say. You are forced to backtrack here, you have no choice. And then this is where I am right now, so I'm going to cruise into here and go check this area now. But chances are you will have missed imps. I did this took me quite a while, this one. I can't remember how many attempts it took. It wasn't because of the planning and which way to run. Okay, sure, that helps, but it was because I would always miss those goddamn imps. The way they are programmed, they just run away from you. Okay, so the only other really good advice I can give you guys is just to be aware. So just consciously think about the fact that you're probably going to miss enemies, so you need to scan an area, like with your eyes, every time you leave. So once you think you've killed everything, just mentally pause. You can actually literally pause the game and even check while it's paused to see if there's any enemies there. And just make sure you get them all, because there is very little time for mistakes. But otherwise, use the golden fleece, stack cooldown reduction, stack mobility, and you should be good. Until next time, guys, peace out.